Hi, I'm Michael Gravett with Millionaire Wholesale Arbitrage, and I'd like to tell you a little story. Once upon a time in 1986, I was broke. I had no prospects. I was retailing one product, a stun gun, which I became interested in, looking for something for my wife to defend herself. She was a flight attendant at the time, and she traveled, and so I wanted her to take something with her. So I got the stun gun, and I was retailing them in Southern California. I was literally putting up notices on bulletin boards at laundromats and grocery stores, wherever I could find a bulletin board in Southern California. I would just drive all over the city and put these up, and they had one of those little pull tabs at the bottom where you pull it off, and it had my phone number on it. So people would call, I would meet them, sell them a stun gun. I also advertised in a local free newspaper called The Recycler. So I would get people, to call from there. I would usually meet them or go to their place and wherever they were and sell them a stun gun. So it wasn't a very lucrative business. I had $28 in my checking account. I needed to do something quickly. I had no credit. My credit card, the one credit card I had, was maxed out. There was really no one I could ask for money, or no one that I wanted to ask for money. So I had to figure out what to do or how to do it quickly. So I decided that I could make more money and make it quicker if I wholesaled rather than just retailing locally in Southern California. So what I had to do is find a way to get the word out to a bunch of people, and I wanted to do it nationwide. Magazines, to advertise in a magazine, would take 2 to 3 months once you placed your ad. So that wasn't quick. So I'd place an ad, and then 2 or 3 months later the ad would break. But I needed something done now. So I thought about USA Today, which was the national newspaper at the time, the only one, and I contacted them. And once they told me how much it was going to be $1,400, and that was for a weekend ad going in on Friday, running, in the paper. The Friday paper was a weekend paper for 4 weeks. So $1,400. I didn't have $1,400. So I didn't know what I was going to do. One day I went out to check the mail, and in amongst all the bills, there was a letter from Discover. And I opened it up, and inside was a credit card with a $1,500 credit limit. Now, I did not apply for this. It was completely unsolicited. I didn't even have the credit for a credit card. So I never, to this day, I don't know why I received that card. Maybe help from a higher power. But so I had to get the money to USA Today, and back then they didn't take credit cards. A lot of companies didn't accept credit cards. It's 1986. So I had to go down to Sears 3 days in a row because they'd only let you take out $500 at a time. So I went down each day and took out $500, $500, $500. I got a money order. I sent it to USA Today, and the ad ran, and I started getting response and setting up dealers where I was selling the bulk at a time. So that was the beginning of what is today a 7-figure wholesale business. I make about probably, last year, like 1.3 million profit. I have currently around a little over 10,000 authorized dealers who are selling my products. So I've got 10,000 email addresses, which is always nice. They sell in all sorts of different ways. They sell my products at flea markets and gun shows and trade shows and use them as fundraisers. They sell on the internet. They set up routes where they'll go to store and set up a display of, say, pepper spray. Because over the years, I've grown now where I have over 500 related products, to self-defense and security. Now, I stayed in one niche only because I'm lazy. because if I'd been a little bit more ambitious, I could have duplicated what I did with this product line, the self-defense and security product line, with many different product lines. So I could have found all sorts of product lines to come in and do the same thing because I have a formula that works. See, but me, I'm lazy. I guess I got satisfied with the money I'm making, and it happens to a lot of people. But right now, this is on the advice of a good friend of mine and mentor, Dan Kennedy. If you don't know who Dan Kennedy is, you can look him up, but he's one of the greatest copywriters in the world. And he's helped me out a lot with my business. In fact, helped it really boom over the past 10 years since I've known him. But he told me in a conversation one day that I should share this knowledge about importing and wholesaling. Because I do have the experience. I've been doing it for 29 years now. So if you're interested in doing something like this, it's easily scalable. So you can start out at whatever level you want, one product, and then you can grow from that. You know, just like I did, one product, one stun gun. Then I added pepper sprays, and I went probably, maybe a couple years with just stun guns and pepper sprays. And then as business starts picking up, I started adding products. And you can do the same thing. You just need to know how. You need to get someone to show you how to get past those hurdles, to how to get past maybe the intimidation of the process. Because the idea of importing is kind of scary. But I can tell you right now, importing today is so much easier than it was when I first started. First of all, the minimum orders are much lower. When I started, minimum orders were 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 pieces, depending on the product. Today, you can get 5, 25, 100 pieces. It's really ridiculous how easy it's made. People are made it easy for people to get started. So, if you're interested in this business, if you're interested in learning how to retail the products yourselves after you bring them in, at selling at Amazon or on eBay, or if you're interested in learning how to, set up a website, because you're going to need a website, to be honest with you, when you start doing this, because no matter how you market your products, you want to drive them to a central place, and that's usually the website. But to set up dealers selling for you so that they can sell in local market events, or they can sell on the internet, or they can use your products as a fundraiser, or they can set up routes with your product. And it's okay to start off with just one product. I did. So hopefully you will think that this is something that you might be interested in. And if you are interested in it, I can tell you that you will get full support. In other words, the information that I'm going to give you walks you through this whole process. And like I said, it's not as hard as you think it is. And hopefully I can get you over that intimidation process if you get the Millionaire Wholesale Arbitrage. There's a lot of years of experience behind it, and you're going to be one of those people who will now be able to become financially independent. You do not have to share commissions or get little small commissions if you're working for somebody else or selling someone else's products. These will be your products that you can now make a lot of money with and scale it up as high as you want it to go. All right, I'll talk to you soon.